So James, can you tell me about your goals for this session?
My goals for the session? Do some real mathematics in a fun, joyous way, as math should be. I really had very minimal goals. I obviously had a structure in mind, but I was going to let the audience dictate how we're going to get there in the end. And what it turned out to be was going to be fabulous and good without knowing what it was going to be.
How do you think it went?
I had great fun. I think it went well. We actually got some really significant points. It was actually great. I mean, the fact that we could prove, basically with complete rigor, that the area between a pair of bicycle tracks is always pi, given the unit distance between the wheels, is astounding. It's kind of freaky. I know we kind of pushed it a bit at the end. I know I was pushing a bit fast, but actually I was following their lead still. They got there, and that's great. Plus, we saw so many different ways of thinking about bicycle tracks all the way through that was just very lively, organic, and free, and it was the mathematical experience. So, yeah, we did it well.
Cool. Is there anything that you think you might do differently if you did it again?
One's always going to say, if we had more time, it would have not been quite as rushy at the end, because I was thinking it'd be nice to get to this point. I knew I had 7 minutes left, and I was kind of forcing it a bit. So if there's more time, I would have just let that evolve a little more slowly as well. And plus, there's so many further directions to go. I mean, I could hear lots of different ideas being mentioned throughout that evening. I could pick up any point, and we could push those further, and we would have discovered other cool new things. So, you can't do it all, but we did some great stuff nonetheless.
So what advice do you have for someone who's interested in leading a session on a topic like this?
Good question. Well, my advice is just do it. I mean, you'll have a flailing, wonderful experience, and as per usual, all these things don't force the conversation. I mean, obviously, you have to make some judgment choices about when to push certain points on, when the frustration gets a bit high, and you want to just let that go and then move on and give a nudge somewhere. Always hard to make those calls, and you don't know when to make those calls until you just keep doing these things and give it a go. I mean, my advice is just do it. Just do it. Always be big and bold. It's much better to do something hands-on and real. Yes, I could have brought in pictures of bicycle tracks, and that would not have had the half impact. It really is important to actually do it. Do it the hands-on. Don't skimp on that part. Even though it took us half an hour to actually walk down those stairs, roll out the paper, and do it all, and you think people are standing around with their arms folded, wondering where this is going, it's actually worth it. Do it. Do that part. Make it real.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you for having me. That was a blast.
Thank
You've
you
got
for
a great
coming.
community of people. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thanks so much.
You.